Hi, Jacob.
Bart, thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to see you. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
5 years.
5 years, yes, Thank you. We are humbled and we are thrilled.
So are you surprised, or I mean, how do you look at 5 years? Was it something you thought you'd get to?
You know, I wouldn't say surprised necessarily, but it wasn't part of our plan. We didn't start with the end in mind. You know, Sean Covey, Stephen Covey, they're big on begin with the end in mind. And when we sat down and started to grow Jackson, it was pretty simple. We said, we believe that food access and fresh food access is a fundamental human right. We think regardless of how much money you make or what you look like or where you live, everybody should be able to afford to eat. We think that's pretty basic, and I think most folks agree with that. And so we said, can we plant some gardens, can we grow some food, and can we give away what we grow? That turned quickly from 2 gardens to 4 to where we are today, where we have 18 or 19 gardens under management with dozens of partners. And so I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but if you had asked me 5 years ago today what I was going to be doing, I wouldn't have told you I would be living in the city of Jackson running a nonprofit for my full-time job. Because I was living in Mexico with my friend. It was COVID. We were just doing our thing, and I could not get the idea of a nonprofit strictly focused on food access out of my head. You know, we have pantries, we have gardens, we have all of this amazing stuff already going on in the community. We thought, what if we just came in and only focused on fresh food and fresh food access?
Yeah, you know, and I have to confess, when you guys first started, I thought, oh, this is cool, you know, some kids doing something for fun for a little while.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, I'm really glad you made the commitment.
Thank you.
I think you were going to be a lawyer.
I was thinking about it. I got too smart for that. I'm kidding. This is, you know, I tell people all the time, I am so lucky. You know, I just turned 27 a few weeks ago, and I do not know very many people who, at any point in their life, let alone in their 20s, can say that they are working their dream job or they've had the chance to. And for me, it is a dream come true every single day to get to work outside, to get to work with kids, to work with farmers, to focus on fresh food, and to work so hard on something that I so deeply believe, and that's that everyone should have enough to eat.
Well, that's interesting, because I think when you were in the 4th grade, you told me on my show that you were going to be president of the United States.
I'm definitely too smart for that. I don't want that job for sure. But you know, I wanted to be president of the United States because I wanted to see the community improve, and you know, that hasn't changed for me. I love being here. I love Jackson. We're always trying to grow Jackson, pun intended. And it's a passion project for sure, but it's been a blessing to turn it from more than that to a lifetime commitment.
And what are you doing for your 5th anniversary?
So we are hosting our annual harvest dinner and fundraiser. Usually we have it in the middle of November. This year we've bumped it up to October 30th. That is actually the day of our 5-year incorporation. So we're thrilled to get to celebrate.
And it's harvest season.
It is harvest season. We have a couple of tickets left. They're selling quite quickly. We've got probably 4 or 5 days before we sell out, I would say. So get your tickets quickly. You can get those online, or folks can just email me an RSVP. We can send you an invoice. But we're super excited for this year's dinner because we're getting to feature a completely local menu. So the bar will be locally sourced and locally prepared. We're gonna have pasta from our friends at Love Pasta, handmade here in Jackson. Big Guy Catering is doing the rest of the food, and they're preparing food grown and produced by farms that are near and dear to my heart. Tantray Farms is gonna do our produce and our potatoes. Seffernick Farms is providing the pork, and Drumhiller Farms is providing the chicken. And so we're really looking forward to feature this local menu, feature local chefs, and get to just share and celebrate with folks, talking about, you know, where we've been and where we're going. You know, we're really excited for how much success we've had. Like you said, it was never part of our plan to be where we are today. But now we're looking back and saying, wow, we've been really blessed. What can we do next? And so for us, next is that locally sourced grocery store that we keep talking about. It's a farm stop. We're excited for our partnership with the county, and we're planning on being open next summer. And so as a way to pay homage to the fact that we're going to run a locally sourced grocery store, we thought it would be fitting to have a locally sourced fundraiser.
And the farm stop is going to be, you've got a physical location that's already under development.
Yep.
And that's in the old prison.
It's the old prison. The county is already refurbishing the building. We just had a chance to meet with our contractor last week to talk about what our next steps will be when the county's done with their renovations. And so when all's said and done, we're going to have coolers, freezers, a nice produce deck, a cafe, and locally sourced products. We're going to be open every day year round, have a really great patio. We're working on a partnership with the farmers market to ensure that it's complementary and actually supports the great progress that they've made in the last couple of years and continues to create market opportunities for farmers. So our commitment is going to continue to be to bring fresh food to people who need it most, to create opportunities to develop the local food economy, and to focus on fresh food access and local food access here in Jackson.
Yeah, that building already has some work in progress. They've laid a new concrete pad.
Yep.
There's new outdoor lighting they've
Yep,
installed.
absolutely. And they're doing the tuck pointing, they're doing the roof. We're going to take over and we'll polish the floors and put our equipment in, but we're really excited for that partnership, that opportunity. You know, there's so many great things going on in the city, from downtown and Bright Walls to the MLK corridor, you know, a lot of work going into the east side. And so we're excited to be a small part of that on the north corridor here.
I noticed the building they tore down, which is across from your building, which was the old Armory Bike Union. A pile of bricks has been turned into a sculpture.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Who did that?
You know, I don't know who did that. I think that Mike was pretty committed. Mike Overton was pretty committed to retaining something special from that building, just kind of as a touch point to talk about what used to be there. But the county has been fantastic to work with. You know, they're so open to new ideas, and they're so willing to partner, and they're doing their part. You know, they're really showing up and investing in this project too, with that state grant that they got. So we're excited that it's, you know, not costing the county any money. It's not costing anybody any money locally, except for hopefully some of our funders who are going to donate to the project. But, you know, Jackson County taxpayers are not paying for this. We're just excited to, you know, use really creative ways to bring this partnership and move forward.
You're in several schools right now, and you can see you have physical brick and mortar. You are going to have that building, but you already have greenhouses, farms, gardens, all throughout Jackson County.
Absolutely. You know, we've been so lucky. We have 7 elementary gardens with Jackson Public Schools. We have the greenhouse at Parkside that we partner with them on, the greenhouse at Lumen Christi. And actually, as some of our schools have said, you know, we are looking for new ways to pay for it. We've been really lucky to have folks step up too. So, well, we've expanded our partnerships to include Western and the ISD at Lyle Torrent and Rise Above. I know those folks were just on the show. We've also been able to say, how can the community step up and help support this great program? So St. Paul's Episcopal actually just announced that they're going to sponsor all of our JPS elementary gardens for this year, which makes the program affordable for Jackson Public, keeps it accessible for over 1,000 kids who participate in the program through JPS, and you know, reinforces their commitment to the community and to doing the good work in the community they see fit. So
yeah, that's great news. Thanks, St. Paul's.
thank you, St. Paul.
You want to be at this event, get your tickets, send Jacob an email at jacob@growjackson.org, and do it quick because it's filling up.
Filling up, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
The founder and executive director of Grow Jackson, celebrating their 5th anniversary this month, Jacob Innocencio.